Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Welcome to this raid video. And in this video today, I want to do a little bit of a champion review or a highlight of Brakus the Shifter, the Skinwalker's multi-hitter. He is a legendary attack champion, the Rotos killer, the man that you will see in Swift Parrying Arena, the 6th hitter. How many other people do you know they're going to hit you 6 times in one attack? So this guy is he looks good as well. Plarium kind of have this thing where all the art that they do, that's the best thing about this company. It has to be. He just got fucking tattoos. I just noticed that he got a tattoo. That's actually really cool. And if we close up on the face, he's got like the mist coming from the eyes, like he's been eating too many Void champions. That is pretty decent. He's Skinwalker's faction. First and foremost, let's look at the stats. He's 19,800 plus HP, which for an attack-based champion I think is actually really good. If you're close to 20k, it's a pretty nice base to have before you add on potentially not a lot of HP because you're looking to get attack from that champion. Attack is 1465, which is fantastic. Being an attack-based champion, you will expect and you will see that the attack is predominantly higher, but that's also due to the champion they are. It could have been a bit lower, it could have been a bit higher, but almost 1500 as a base attack is like mega strong. Defense, we're not going to worry too much about it. 793. I mean, unkillable clan boss. It ain't gonna bug anybody, but yeah. If you don't have unkillable, don't put him in clan boss. It's like gear dependent to get that defense up, but that's not what he's for. So you wouldn't really have much issues. The defense he gets is the defense he gets based on your building for his attack. Speed 101. Probably he's above so many other champions with that speed of 101. Pardon me. Oh, my cat is sleeping again. You can hear his little nose breathing. The speed at 101 is very strong. If you look at Arbiter, she's 100, and then when you ascend her, she gets to 110. Sifi's 114. Gorgarab, there's just so many champions that are like way fast. And you have champions that you would think are faster, slower. Yeah, 101 speed, base speed, strong. It means when you put your speed boots on, you can get to 200 kind of quick if that's what you're going for. You can even make them quicker. And you don't need speed boots if you have some good rolls. Crit rate, crit damage. And the crit damage is really good, 63%. It's either 50, 60 or 63%. It's good that he's got 63. He has 40 resist to start with, and he has 0 base accuracy. So we'll just show, let's look at all of these. So just now, in the build, I think although he's got a speed set, it's still kind of broken. It was only because I had crit damage gloves in that set, but I'm really trying to save up my savage gear. So I really want to start putting people in savage, but there's only so many savage pieces you can get with like double HP substats. Like, come on, what am I supposed to do with that? So how his build is 35.5k HP. Maybe actually too much, depending on where you take him and what you're using for. 4.6k attack, which I'm quite proud of. Defense, we don't need to really worry about it. 177 speed. 70% crit rate, which we could improve. I may improve that crit rate, I've got an idea. Crit damage is 197, 87 resistance, and 123 accuracy. Yeah, her eyes are just so cool. Look at that. Like, such a badass looking character. So when he's A1, he'll attack one enemy. Heals this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted. If you book him out, it's just more damage, which would be good at certain points. Like I say, if it's unkillable clan boss, or you have the books for the damage, it's only going to give you better numbers. Full Moon Rampage. Now this is the move. This is the coup de grace. This is the people wish they had a move that hit this much. So attacks one enemy 6 times, and I'm going to let you just take it in for a minute. I'm going to let you just. I'll let you listen to it one more time. Attacks one enemy 6 times. Yeah? Cool. Now that it's sunk in, the first hit has a 75% chance of placing a weaken debuff for 3 turns. Heals his champion by 25% of the damage done. Heals his champion by 50% of the damage inflicted instead if the target is under a fear or true fear debuff. So yeah, you could land that weaken, get a heal, you could land that weaken, or you could put Frank in just quicker, or somebody, like just to fear up. Inquisitor Samael, got a good partner, and then you get a heal by 50%, so it's like a built-in lifesteal mechanic to his kit, which means he's very difficult to kill in a sense. If you build him that way, he can keep himself alive, and the more damage he does, the more HP he's going to get back. Books will throw on damage. Your debuff chances will improve to 100%. Then that would go to a 3-turn cooldown. Hunter's Howl. It places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 3 turns, and then attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing True Fear debuff for a turn. 50% chance of placing a Fear debuff on 2 random enemies for 1 turn if the True Fear is placed. So when you're attacking someone, if you land the True Fear, you can put fear onto everybody else. Nullifies the team, takes their turn away, just allows your team to get in, get more damage. Just kind of kill them sooner, which is really kind of nice. The increased attack. So if I've got 4.6k attack, I've got 6.9k attack after this goes on. Booking it also again gives you damage, increases your buff chance, so it's set up to 75%, and it'll go to a 4-turn cooldown. Beast mode level 1. Well, this is an interesting kind of move, we'll get to that in a minute. Passive effect is damage increases by 40% when this champion's HP drops below 40%, which is cool. It's like it's not a lifesteal thing, but if you're getting more damage when your HP drops, that's like a built-in fury set on the passive, this beast mode thing. So you've got lifesteal, he'll heal himself, he'll throw up buffs, and increase damage or heal himself again. He also has damage increased by 40%, and his HP drops below 40%. The active effect is revives this champion with 20% HP when he's killed and immediately grabs an extra turn, which can go to a 5-turn cooldown. Now let's go to Full Moon Rampage. Let's say he used this move and then you killed him. You've only got Instant Blood and Hunter's Howl to worry about. Now, in my experience, he'll probably die because he's been CC'd. He'll get taken out. 9 times out of 10 is Full Moon Rampage or Hunter's Howl, but normally Full Moon Rampage. When he comes back to life, he comes over, hits me 6 times, and kills someone. So this move is very effective. It's extremely annoying that he comes back to life and he can do the damage that he actually does. I don't believe he's got masteries yet, which obviously when I get, will give me so much more damage. But as a legendary champion, I mean, he's a Rotos killer. He's somebody to be feared in the arena. If you've got two Brakus in an arena team with maybe, I don't know, but like, I think no. See if you have somebody to decrease defense, even like Ghostborn, and see if you Ghostborn two of these, that could be a good little team. Because he will smash people. Now, we'll do I'm not sure the number of damage that we will get, but let's go jump onto, no, we're just going to do this for the damage. We're not doing this whatsoever to complete it, but because we have issues on this wave here, let's just say we took in, I want to make sure I go first, which I probably will anyway, but let's see what his moves will do. Let's try each individual move. Let's see the damage he does. So we have an increased attack buff. That's 50% attack increase. So 4.6 goes to 6.9. Because we're adding on 2.3k. That's a hell of a lot of attacks. Now I want to do this one here. It's A3. This is, well, he has the buff, but it's attacking an enemy part I want to see. And then I want to see if these two fusion stuff go. We will be hitting this dude on the end. Stone Skin. It kind of sucks that we would get weak hits with Valkyrie. So 10, 10, and 10. True Fear. That isn't too bad. Right, we'll go back in because all we're going to see is Valkyrie's putting up counter attack and it's bloody annoying. We're just here to see, so total of 30, over 30k on that hit, which is pretty solid. It's not the worst I've ever seen him do. So this is the 6-hitter. We're going to see how much damage he can do here. 4 weak. So I mean, I've seen people do a lot more. So the A3 is looking a bit better than the A2, and this one, nonetheless, could be built slightly better for me to show that. But let's take a look, because we're just going to quickly go, why not mess around in Dragon? It's the correct affinity. He'll be more powerful for this affinity, so let's remove screw it, we'll take the poisoner out, and let's see the type of damage we're going to get in a team comp. This is obviously just with the gear I've got. If you have much better gear, you're going to get much better results. You could also, I'm going to be adding on damage when I have the masteries put on this champion, so please keep that in mind. We're just doing a little test now, see kind of what you're looking at, because it's very difficult for free to play players or low spenders. It's very difficult to just book out a Lego champion. Very difficult. It's like it's never going to happen unless this legendary champion has, it needs like 3 books. Play him, give us a break. It's the only way it would happen. So yeah, we'll go A3 again. 24, 20. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll do this takedown and then we'll just work our way back, because we're now going to look at the 6-hitter. That was almost it was over 70k, which I'm not going to complain at. It's pretty decent. Arbiter just will not kill anybody because she just doesn't. She doesn't kill anybody. Come on, Brakus. So now, they've still got a fair amount of HP. Tyrell will be annoying, so let's take the 6 hitter. What are we getting? 8, 12, 11, 4, 11, 11. That's still like 70k, 60, 70,000. That is nothing to be sniffed at all. He seems to be doing pretty well. The damage that we're doing, granted we're taking it slow and it's not an auto run, the damage is still pretty good. And like I say, I would like to get him to Savage. So let's see if he heals himself. Boom, for Jesus. I never seen that one coming. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, not too bad. Let's see if we can. Let's just come back in and we'll use that as the base number. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to check the damage for the moves. So yeah, we'll decrease turn. We'll just, what the hell does it matter? Doesn't matter if it's decreased or not. We'll be quick enough to go back round. Right, so boom, 75k, pretty much in a hit. No masteries, 23,000. It's very respectable, very, very respectable. Let's throw a takedown. Nobody's really stunned, but that's fine. We're just a way to do that now. To one person, which is awesome. I love stunning just to one person in a wave. You know, if we get back to Brakus, we'll go for the A1 and we'll see how that looks. Yeah, we'll go A1. So this is just heals 15% of the damage attacked, and we're going for the tanky Tyrell, 38,000, which is very good. I mean, the gear could be a lot better. I'll keep saying it because it's true. And it just goes to show that if your gear is not as great as any of these content creators, you've just pulled him and you're like, nah, my gear's not good enough for him, try it out. I had no idea I was getting almost 50k from certain moves, 25 from this, from that. It's really good. Brakus is a champion that gets used as much as he used to with the new champions coming out. Everybody's kind of like when you buy a new video game. You want to open the wrapper, get into it, then you'll play it, but then you'll buy someone else and then that one gets opened. It's the same thing, so let's just see if we can hit someone 6 times. 9, 12, 12, 11, 50, 60,000 from that one. And we will just try the next move in a second and we'll get 54 from Royal Guard. We'll get a comparison on damage, but overall he's looking okay. He's not a bad champion at all. He's somebody that I plan to use a lot more. I'm just kind of particular and I really want to try get 30,000 some Savage gear on him. But before we go, we'll go to the gear sets and we're just quickly going to I'll highlight what I think could be valid or viable for him. So if you've got really good offense pieces, Lego Epic or better in a broken set, you could maybe put one on. I wouldn't wear a set. Speed, I think speed's always viable. Crit rate is always viable. Crit damage is really good. Accuracy, I mean, you'd be going more damage. Landing the debuffs would just be a bonus. Lifesteal, he has lifesteal in his kit, so I wouldn't go straight away with that. Fury you could use because of his passive. Frenzy set is kind of dependent. If you want to take it more turns, I don't think it'll increase your damage. Immunity is always good. Relentless, I haven't tried, but I assume it's good. Savage, very viable, very much so indeed. I just need to expand on my Savage collection, so to speak. When we look at Toxic, Taunting, I mean there is a little thing about if he counter attacks, so I wouldn't say Avenging is really high on the viable list, but you could still definitely use it somewhere. Reflex, I'm kind of like, I mean I was going to put Rotos on Reflex, just to get his skills to cool down quicker, so I wouldn't put it on Brakus though. Cruel, very nice, yes I would use that. I would use some of the Divine crit rate if I needed to. I would definitely use Swift Parry. So that's pretty much the sets that you'd be kind of sticking on him. This is just the final number of his stats. We've added on almost 3k attack, only 10k HP, not a lot. 76 speed with a 177 and 126 crit rate. This is a 126 crit damage added on. And for the numbers that we've seen, they're not that bad. When stuff goes to 16, once you get the sets you're looking for, instead of the 3 hitters being 25k each, it could go 50k each. The A1 could go, we were looking at 40 plus, could be 60 plus. The 6 hitters we were averaging like 55, 70,000. So there's definitely room for improvement there. He's an absolutely fantastic champion, and one of my only champions I've ever pulled in a 10x, of which he was part of the 10x. So guys, Brakus the Shifter, he's really awesome. I'm kind of inspired to use him again, so yeah, we're going to cut it there because I may have to do another video soon, because I'm now so tempted to try to get him out a little bit different. And then obviously if I do, we'll jump back in, I'll show you the damage there, because helping one person is better than helping no one. Giving information is always good in this game. But if you pull Brakus, guys, get him done. The masteries help. I don't have masteries, but as you see, the damage is still there. He still has these moments where he shines like a bright star. So with that being said, this is the little review showcase for Brakus the Shifter. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching to this point if you have done, and I'll see you soon.